Judy Hoarfrost, and my name was Judy Bohensky when I went to China in 1971 for the Pong Diplomacy team. And like I said, I was 15 years old at the time. So this is my scrapbook from 1971.
All right.
The headlines were U.S. table tennis team to play in Beijing. Judy's parents okay China trip. U.S. team crosses into China. And it was like being in a movie, everything felt different. Everything was very dramatic. And we stopped and we had tea and people were making speeches. And it was just like entering another world, really. I just learned so much when I was in China. People always ask me, could you speak directly with the players? What did you talk about? But no, I could not speak directly with the players. They didn't speak English. We had interpreters, but we didn't have long philosophical conversations. It was more like about table tennis, and it was more very brief and that kind of thing. But we did have really good conversations with the interpreters. Like on the bus, when we drove on the bus to the Great Wall, that was a nice long drive, and we would talk, and we had lots of questions, and they answered, gave us kind of their ideas of, why is China going to have these certain philosophies. Well, the highlight of the trip, I would say, was meeting Premier Chou En-lai at the Great Hall of the People. We all got to shake hands with him through a reception line, and he looked straight into my eyes and said, "Ni hao." I said, "Ni hao." Going to meet Premier Chou En-lai was an incredible experience. But also going to the Great Wall. I didn't know it was an actual wall that you could walk on top of. I just thought it was a wall. You walk up to it and there's a wall, and you look up and there's a wall, and then that's it. But no, you could get up on top, and it goes on for miles and miles. And when we were there, we were the only people that were there, and it was pretty amazing. We played in 3 cities. We played in Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangzhou. And Beijing was the largest stadium where we played. In China itself, I played 4 matches between the 3 cities, and I won 3 of them. And I know that I was outclassed. I know that the players we were playing were very good players. The Chinese were best in the world. They had excellent players playing us there. But I still won 3 matches out of 4. So why? And the reason was friendship first, competition second. That was the mantra. I think it was the 40th anniversary. At one of the receptions, 2 of the women came up to me and showed me a picture of us. There was a group of us in Beijing taking a picture with the players, and that's us. It's wonderful that we got to see each other again. And that's what I told them then. It's just wonderful that here we are to celebrate ping-pong diplomacy. Just so happy that we're still alive on this earth and that we made history together. And I think it's just a story that captures people's imagination. Here was China completely isolated from the world, and they wanted to break out of this isolation. They're ready to get to know people from, make peace with people around the world. And how was, like, the U.S. and China, how are they going to get together? They had no diplomatic relations. You couldn't just pick up the phone and call President Nixon. And so how are they going to do it? And both the leaders from both countries were trying to find a way. We were just in the right place at the right time, and we captured the imagination of the world. It's a good story. And I think it's a true story, though, that people can create a connection through sport. When I'm playing at a table tennis game, it doesn't matter how old they are, where they came from, how much money they have, what their job is. We have a commonality, which is the sport of table tennis, and smiling at each other, having fun, competing with each other, and that's a real human connection. And it's something that makes you want to know more about that person. When it comes to the Olympics, I think we should try to put politics aside, and we should try to make it a safe space for everybody to compete together, no matter what country you're from, no matter what your politics. And as an athlete, to go somewhere and meet people from all over the world and in your own sport, that's a tremendous experience. But also for me, just watching on television, the Winter Olympics is coming up. I'm going to watch and see, people, excelling in sports in amazing ways. Table tennis has been really important in my life. It has been. And, to be able to have this club and go back to our roots and just smell table tennis rubber, my paddle, just I like the smell of rubber. I like the equipment. I love balls. I love, everything about table tennis. And, just to hit the ball is fun. And when I'm next door working in the equipment company and I'm on the phone talking to customers or whatever that kind of stuff is, it's not as fun as playing, but it's important work. And I know that people who are playing next door here at table tennis, and it makes me happy.